As we know that Mendel did not get recognition of his work during his lifetime. The reasons were many. One of the major reasons was that Mendel developed a mathematical approach of solving the biological problems which was not accepted by the contemporaries of his time. Then Mendel stressed on discontinuous variation, which was also not accepted. Many years after his death, three scientists like Hugo de Veres, then Chaumet and Karl Correns, they worked on the same principle as Mendel did, and they found that the results were same. So this again gave recognition to Mendel's work. But some exceptions were there. Mendel's principle was applicable in today's work also. They are recognized today also, but there are some exceptions which is not applicable to all the principles. So today we are going to study about those principles which is not applicable. Some of the inheritance pattern which cannot be explained exclusively on the basis of Mendel's inheritance pattern. One of them is incomplete dominance and the others are codominance and epistasis. Now, these cannot be explained exclusively on the findings of Mendel's principle. We have seen in Mendel's first principle, in F1 state, which is in heterozygous condition, one of the allele is able to express itself phenotypically and the other allele is suppressed. And we have also seen that both these alleles do not interact among each other. But in Mirabilis-Jalapa, which is also known as Mirabilis-Jalapa, which is also known as 4 o'clock flower, because it blooms in the evening. In snapdragon also, in snapdragon flower, this is also known as dog flower. This is known as drop flower. In F1 generation, when homozygous white flower was crossed between homozygous red, all the progenies in F1 generation were pink. All the progenies in F1 generation was pink, which according to Mendel would have been either white or red. When these pink flowers of F1 generation were set, the progenies were either white, pink or red in the ratio of 1:2:1. So let us see the cross now. We can take red flower as homozygous dominant and white as homozygous recessive. gametes we are getting R and R. Here R and small r. So when we are crossing this is F1 generation. So what we are getting is all these flowers are pink in F1 generation, that is heterozygous pink color, which should have been either white or red according to Mendel's first principle. On selfing these pink flowers of F1 generation, let's see what we get. Both are pink. Gametes we are getting so this is dominant red, that is one we are getting. These are pink colors, heterozygous pink, and this is recessive white. So what we are getting in the ratio is 1:2, 2:1. So in F2 generation, we get a ratio of 1:2, 2:1. That is one dominant red, two hybrid pinks and one recessive white. So these are phenotypic ratio, that is 1:2:1, which according to Mendel would have been 3:1. So here we see in incomplete dominance, the pink flower, which is heterozygous, it appears in the ratio of 2, in which this shows that one of the color, that is the dominant color, was not able to dominate completely. That is, it was not able to dominate the recessive color completely. So this shows that it is an incomplete dominance. So we see that one of the allele was not able to overtake or dominate completely the other allele. So a mixing or blending of character took place, which gave rise to hybrid pink color, heterozygous pink color. So this type of inheritance, in which two alleles of a character interact in such a way that the mixing or blending of character takes place, is known as law of incomplete dominance. The incomplete dominance is therefore an exception to the universal principle of Mendel's first law, that is the Mendel's first principle of dominance. It clearly opposes the universal application of Mendel's first principle. Another example of incomplete dominance we can take of synthesis of starch grain in pea seeds. The synthesis of starch grain in pea seed is controlled by one gene which has got two alleles, capital B and small b. So homozygous, this is homozygous allele. It synthesizes, it produces better starch grains. Therefore, the seeds are larger in size. But the homozygous recessive character, this is dominant, the homozygous recessive. It produces less starch. On maturation, the B seeds are round, capital B is round, and the small b is wrinkled. The heterozygous was found to be round. Therefore, capital B we can say is dominant. On selfing, it was found that the heterozygous capital B and small b, it produced an intermediate size, that is neither round or large and neither wrinkled. So our intermediate size was produced. So this produced an intermediate size, that is between the larger size and the smaller size. A middle size was seen, which is said to be incomplete dominance. So we can see that the alleles capital B and small b, they showed incomplete dominance. A blending of character of both the alleles took place.